If you watched my last video, you will know that in a few weeks, or probably right as this video is being released, I will be in Europe, starting in England, and then heading over to Belgium and the Netherlands to ride a bunch of roller coasters. In my last video, I ranked up my most anticipated coasters of my trip to England, and now I'm going to rank my most anticipated coasters of my trip to Belgium and the Netherlands. And the Netherlands just means one park, and that's Efteling, because I need to go to Efteling. I booked myself a room at the Wonder Hotel, and I'm going to spend at least a day and a half there. I'm very excited for that park, but I will also be visiting Bobbejaanland, Walibi Belgium, and Plopsaland Belgium. So I will be getting a large number of new coasters on this trip, including some really high up bucket list coasters for me. So let's rank my top 20 most anticipated coasters of this trip, starting out with Vogel Rock at Efteling, an MK900 by Vekoma. This ride is an interesting indoor coaster. It looks like it's a pretty simple type layout, but it has a funny bird statue out front, and I've heard from some friends that I met when I went to the Netherlands the first time that it's a really cool ride and they're big fans of it. So if I get a chance to, I will get some laps on it. I'm sure it's a bit of a meatball coaster, or a coaster that is good to ride when you're a little bit tipsy, so I'm excited to check it out and see what it's like. Number 19 is a ride that I'm not really anticipating for how good it's going to be, but because of how unique it looks, and that is Typhoon at Bobbejaanland, a Gerstlauer Eurofighter. If you've watched this YouTube channel for any amount of time, you know that I am not a fan of Eurofighters in the slightest, but this one looks like a pretty unique layout with some interesting support structures and like a bunch of zero-G rolls that look very old school and not really like modern Gerstlauer. So I'm excited to see what it's like. I imagine it'll be a one and done for me, but if it's good, then maybe not. We'll see, but it looks very interesting, that's for sure. At number 18 is Naga Bay at Bobbejaanland, which is a Mauer spinning coaster. I said in my last video that I had never been on a Mauer spinner before, which was completely untrue because I had just actually ridden one in January at, at Motion Gate in Dubai, but I had never been on one of the more compact ones, and that one was really weird, so I kind of forgot it was an hour spinner. But by the time I get to Bobbejaanland, I will have ridden 3 of them, and this will be another, I guess, custom layout, different looking version. So I'm interested to see what they're all like, and this one looks like it'll be a good time, and the only reason it's higher than Typhoon is because I'm worried Typhoon's gonna bash my brains in. So we'll see how it goes. At number 17 is Pulsar at Walibi Belgium, which is a Mock Rides Power Splash. I just rode my first ever Power Splash a couple weeks ago as of the recording of this video at opening day of Six Flags Over Texas on their Aquaman Power Wave ride, and I thought it was fantastic. And that ride had some pretty bad operations because they were only running one boat or one train when they had the turntable, and I imagine that Walibi Belgium, being in Europe, will have some really great operations with hopefully 2 trains and some fast ops on it. Regardless of that, I think it's going to be an awesome ride because I absolutely love the Power Splash model. I love the launches. You get some great airtime going backwards on that final launch before the splashdown. I love going up the spikes. It's a great ride model, and I'm excited to ride another one, and it looks like it's in a pretty picturesque location in the park, so super excited to see what that's like. I apologize in advance for my potentially butchered pronunciation of this coaster, but my number 16 coaster is another water coaster. It is Vliegende Hollander, a Kumbak Rides water coaster and dark ride at Efteling. I think I pronounced that okay, we'll see. I've heard this ride has some fantastic theming. It looks like a pretty iconic ride, at least from my perspective, with just the track over that little lake and just splashing down right next to George and the Dragon. I'm hoping it's a lot of fun. Everything at Efteling looks fantastic, so I'm just really excited to get out there and try everything there. At number 15 is more Efteling glazing. It is Python, and it is a Vekoma MK1200, which would normally be a very scary thing to say if you're talking about roller coasters, because those rides are notoriously quite rough, but Efteling did a full retrack of this ride to make it apparently quite smooth. Maybe the smoothest old school Vekoma looper out there, and I'm really excited to see what it's like. It's a pretty basic layout with the 2 loops, 2 corkscrews, but I hope it's fantastic. It looks like a great time, so if it's smooth, then let's fucking go, let's try it. At number 14 is Tiki Waka at Walibi Belgium, which is a Gerstlauer bobsled. I love Gerstlauer bobsleds, and this one looks like one of the most interesting and unique of the bunch. It has some really strange maneuvers, a really just out there layout that is going to be a ton of fun to go through, so I'm really excited to try it out. It looks like it has some great theming, just really good landscaping around it. So it's going to be a good time. I love my bobsleds, and I'm hoping this one is one of the best ones. It looks like the best one, at least of the ones that I will have been on by the time I ride it. So fingers crossed it's good. At number 13 is Heidi the Ride, a GCI wooden coaster at Plopsaland, Belgium. This ride would be higher because I love GCI wooden coasters, but it is pretty much an exact clone of White Lightning at Fun Spot Orlando, which I've ridden countless times, and is a great ride, but it's a clone, so I'm not really anticipating it as much as I would other rides. I'm sure it will be very good, but I just don't have the anticipation for it that I would others. But I'm excited to ride it. It looks like a blast. At number 12, we are back at Plopsaland, Belgium, and this is Anubis the Ride, a Gerstlauer launch coaster. This ride is another one that's kind of suffering from the fact that it's nearly a clone. This is a launch coaster, so it is not a clone, technically, but its layout is almost identical to that of Daredevil Dive at Six Flags Over Georgia, another coaster that I have ridden a ton of times. Outside of the launch and top hat, it's basically just that exact layout afterwards, so I'm curious to see if it'll feel any different or if it'll be better. It'll probably end up much higher than it is on this list in terms of my rankings for the coasters on this part of the trip, but for right now, I'm not really anticipating it that much because it's not that unique. In terms of most anticipated, I want to ride rides that are super unique, either to me or just in general. So this one doesn't quite hit that, even though it is a launch coaster. At number 11 is a ride that is absolutely iconic to me specifically. It is Turbine, a Schwarzkopf shuttle loop at Wallaby, Belgium. I've only been on one shuttle loop in my life, at Nagashima Spa Land, crazily enough. This ride is a ride that is just etched into my head because of its inclusion in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 back in the day. I used to play all of the Six Flags parks back then, and at the time it was Six Flags Belgium rather than Wallaby Belgium, and they had a ton of the rides from that particular park in the game, and Turbine was one of them. And I fucking loved just spamming that ride across any park that I would make because it was just easy. You would get a bunch of people in to ride it, but such a cool looking coaster. The fact that it's a completely indoor shuttle loop is insane to me, and there aren't that many of them left out there, so I'm really excited to get on this one. I hope it's a ton of fun, and it's a personal milestone for me to get to ride it, so I'm so excited to try it out. At number 10 is another ride that was always at the forefront of my mind when playing those Roller Coaster Tycoon games. It is Loop Guru at Wallaby, Belgium, a Vekoma wooden coaster. I don't think I've ever been on a Vekoma Woody, so I'm really excited to try this. It looks like it's probably pretty rough and will eventually probably get RMC'd, but for now it's still there, and I'm very excited to ride it. I would honestly prefer to get on it as a wooden coaster before it ends up getting converted someday, or maybe Titan tracked or something like that, because it looks like an awesome ride. It looks really long, seems to have some great forces, and I mean, I love my rough woodies, and I love just wooden coasters in general, so the fact that I'm getting on one that is an icon in my own headcanon is fantastic, and I can't wait to try it out. I didn't even notice that Loop Guru was number 10, so we are now in the top 10, but number 9 is George and the Dragon, or Joris and de Draak, a GCI dueling wooden coaster at Efteling. This ride looks phenomenal. I am a huge fan of GCI Woodies. If you've watched this channel, you know that, but this one looks like a great experience, a dueling Woody. I've been on Lightning Racer and I've been on Gwazi, so I know what a dueling GCI can be like, and this one's a lot more modern than both of those, so I'm very excited to see what the forces are like, how this one feels, and it's just going to have some great GCI profiling and some good sense of speed, and I just love trailing right next to the other coaster and seeing what that's all like. So the fact that I'm going to be able to film with a GoPro on these coasters is going to make life even better while I'm there, so I will get tons of perspectives of that kind of thing on that ride. I can't wait to try it out. At number 8 is a ride that probably nobody expected to see anywhere on this list, let alone this high. It is Revolution at Babyan Land. This is a Vekoma Illusion. It is the only Vekoma Illusion still operating in the world right now, and the reason these rides are so interesting to me is because it has some of the longest trains ever put on any roller coaster. This ride has a 30-car train and can seat up to 60 people. I don't even care what the layout is. It's an indoor coaster. I don't give a shit what happens, but the novelty of this ride being so ridiculously large in the train department is just enough for me to be so excited to try it out. My friend Jacob Selleck, who I will link one of his videos in the description, he does an entire breakdown of every Vekoma coaster out there, and he does a pretty decently long section on this ride model, and it is hilarious, and I'm so excited to get on the last one in existence. I'm so glad I'm going to get to ride it. At number 7 is another extremely unique coaster that you normally wouldn't see this high on the list. It is also at Babyanland. It is Dreamcatcher, a Vekoma swinging turns. There are only 3 of these coasters in existence, and the other 2 are in Southeast Asia. You got Japan and Taiwan, I believe, or Thailand. This is the only Vekoma swinging turns outside of Asia, and I am so excited to try it out. It looks like a basic aero suspended coaster, but it's probably going to be a ton of fun, and the fact that it's just so unique and so like hard to find is insane. I love how unique the coasters at Babyanland are. That's why I had to make a stop there, because it just looks like it has so many cool, interesting rides that I can't really find elsewhere. So I'm going to get 2 ride models that are pretty much impossible to get otherwise, so I'm very excited to try those out. Both Revolution and Dreamcatcher are super high up on my bucket list right now, and I'm getting both of them on this trip. At number 6 is the final coaster on that list of iconic coasters from Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 for me, and that is Calamity Mine at Wallaby, Belgium, a Vekoma mine train. This ride was the coolest shit to look at in that game. Just, it is so well recreated. If you haven't seen it before, I'll try to find some clips of it. It looks so good and very, very similar to what it looks like in real life, and I am just so excited to try it out. I love those old school Vekoma mine trains. They just throw you around, and I hope this one is just like that. I just can't wait to try it out. I think it's going to be an absolute blast. Starting out the top 5 is a coaster that has become iconic in the short time it has existed. Baron 1898 at Efteling, a B&M dive coaster that looks to have the most elaborate B&M dive coaster theming out there. Efteling just does it different when it comes to the theming, and I'm so excited to see how this ride works and what the queue is like, what it feels like on it. I know it's a pretty short layout, but I love B&M dive coasters, and this one has the older, hard over-the-shoulder restraints, so it should have some pretty good airtime in the back. I'm just really excited for this ride. It's such an icon, and I can't wait to try it out. It looks fantastic. Yet another unique roller coaster from Babyanland. It is Fury at number 4, a Gerstlauer Infinity coaster. This ride is a gimmick that I've never seen before, and it's that you can vote for which direction the train will travel throughout the ride to a switch track. It's insane to me. You can just press a button that votes whether you go forward or backwards, and the switch track will go whichever direction the voting decides. I think that is so, so cool. And it looks like an intense swing launch coaster anyway. You get some pretty good inversions. It looks like some nice airtime. I can't wait to get multiple laps on this, get a forwards and a backwards lap. This coaster looks unreal, and the fact that it's just so unique to me, the novelty of getting to vote for which direction you go, is enough to make me insanely excited for it. And the only reason it's not higher is because the coasters above it look like phenomenal rides and are very high on my bucket list already. At number 3 is the newest coaster on this list in general. It is Mechalodon, a Gerstlauer airtime coaster at Wallaby, Belgium. This ride absolutely looks unreal. 3 launches, tons of great airtime it looks like, an incredible setting over the water with some insane theming, and honestly the theme to me is what really sells it. If you've watched any of my recent videos, you might have seen my SeaWorld Yas Island video where I just basically gargle over sharks for the entire fucking video, and I love sharks so much, and the fact that there is a shark-themed coaster of this caliber, and I'm going to get to ride it, is spectacular. I cannot wait to get on it. It looks like an absolute blast. Gerstlauer doesn't really get the highest praise from me for the most part, but this model looks fantastic, and I cannot wait to try it out, so it's insanely highly anticipated for me, and the only reason it's not higher is because the next 2 coasters are literally in my top 5 most anticipated coasters on the planet. So, at number 2 is Conda, an Intamin mega coaster at Wallaby, Belgium. This ride looks majestic, fucking brilliant. I cannot believe the layout that this thing seems to pack in. So many elements, so much airtime. It looks like an just one of the most ridiculous coasters in the world, and I wouldn't be surprised if I came out of it with a top 10 coaster, having ridden it. It looks insane. Walibi Belgium has already confirmed to me over email that I can film with a chest-mounted GoPro and a wrist-mounted GoPro, so I will be getting tons of videos from that ride, and I cannot wait to try it out. It is so high on my bucket list, and I am just salivating to get on it. 3 weeks from now, I'm gonna get to ride it, and I just cannot fucking wait. And the only reason that's number one is because number one is the Ride to Happiness at Plopsaland, Belgium, a Mack Rides extreme spinner. This ride is touted by so many people as the best roller coaster in the world, and I love Time Traveler at Silver Dollar City. It's a top 25 coaster for me, and I have to imagine that this ride surpasses it, at least in intensity. I'm so excited to see what it's like. It's gonna be an absolute juggernaut, and I'm gonna lose my shit when I'm riding it. You can believe that. Mack has just been blowing everyone out of the water right now with their new models, and the Extreme Spinner is insane. I can't wait to get on this thing, and it's easily the most anticipated coaster of the trip for me, and the most anticipated coaster in the entire world for me. Absolutely, it's number one. There's nothing else I can think of that I want to ride more, and in 3 weeks I'm going to get to. And that is my top 20 most anticipated roller coasters on my trip to Belgium and Efteling. I'm very excited to get out for this trip. I will be vlogging everything. I should be able to get on-ride videos from every park, so there will be a ton of content coming out from that, and I'm just going to really enjoy myself and soak in all of these parks and just have as much fun as I possibly can. I cannot wait. So thank you all very much for watching this. Thank you all for watching any of my videos if you do. This would be possible without this YouTube channel, but like, it's kind of cool that I get to broadcast what I do to everybody and that people seem to enjoy it. So I appreciate all of you for watching this. Thank you so much, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.